Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. Glad to be with you. As most of you know, I have been traveling like a madman, a maniac, and I happen to be back in St. Louis because I had business there, meeting with benefactors. We set up a trust, my family did, and essentially you can now donate to us tax deductible. And in effect, the trust is exactly that. It's a trust that the person's going to do the right thing. And then we work with 501c3s to work on the various projects that we have. And as you guys know, we're working on a movie. The film's actually almost done. It'll finish up this month. We've got projects with the Tea Party community. We've got a big deal that's coming up called these idea seminars that we're currently working on. So there's some things that are really cool that are happening. And of course, I've got my regular stuff I have to do with Fox. And anyway, so I was in St. Louis. It was completely by accident. I get here. I do my normal weekly hit on a St. Louis radio show, the Jamie Allman Show. And we're talking about the Stockley Verdict. And I was like, whoa, I knew something was up because you could feel it. I land in early morning, 12:30 in the morning. Actually on Monday. I say I was here Sunday, but it was Monday morning at 12:30. I get my rental car, head over to my house. Very next day, I'm out and about, and you can feel it. You're hearing this tension. And then, of course, I do the radio hit, and they're talking about the Stockley Verdict is coming, the Stockley Verdict. And so it completely by accident, I happen to be here. So I alert Fox. I said, hey, guys, I don't know if we've been following this, but in St. Louis, we have a Ferguson 2.0 that potentially could develop. And, of course, they're wrapped up in the bombing that happened in London. I believe there was a terror attack in France as well. There was also the remnants, of course, of Hurricanes Harvey and Irma. And there are people, ESPN anchors that are, talking smack about the president. You've got CNN people, Anthony Bourdain, talking about poisoning the president and all kinds of stuff going on. And so they're there, and I contact the management team, and I said, hey, guys, I don't know if this is going to be a big deal, but it happens that I'm in St. Louis. The Stockley Verdict's going to come out. It was a case that happened back in December of 2011, where the police officer, Jason Stockley, sees a drug deal going down with a guy by the name of Anthony Lamar Smith, who's a heroin dealer. And they're passing by. Smith sees the popo. He jumps in his car. Boom, boom, rams a couple of police cars. Takes off. Pow, 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 pow. They shoot at him while he's running. High-speed chase ensues. Cars crash. Officer gets out and, at some point shoots Anthony Lamar Smith. And, of course, the picture they show of Anthony Lamar Smith, he's with his baby. He's holding his baby. He's a daddy. He's a good man. And his brother came on TV later. I'm going to go out of sequence here a little bit because I'm in a bit of a rant. But his brother comes on TV and says, man, you don't understand what it's like to be life in the hood. We have to deal drugs. We have to sell heroin. and so that's the case. Officers roll up, see a heroin deal going down. Perpetrator, Anthony Lamar Smith, jumps in his car, tries to run over police officers, gets in a high-speed chase, and because the police officer says, we need to kill this MF, in what I call excited utterance, suddenly he's on trial. Now, keep in mind, folks, this happened before Ferguson. Ferguson happened in 2014. This happened 3 years almost before Ferguson. And nobody said a word. And suddenly, it's mainstream news. I'm embroiled in the middle of it. I'm going to get coffee. I'm seeing the National Urban League. I'm seeing NAACP. There's a lot of black folks in St. Louis, and I'm seeing more. And I'm asking them questions. And then I start seeing white folks. 'Cause I live in an area that's very eclectic. It's sort of it's a very liberal part of St. Louis, up on near Grand Avenue. And I'm seeing heavy-set white girls, that look like they're college students talking about white silence is white nationalism or white racism or whatever. Like, they got to speak up. on behalf of Anthony Lamar Smith, because Jason Stockley hunted this black man down. He killed him. He killed him in front of God and everybody. And I'm trying to make sanity of this. I'm listening to the radio guys talk about the state of St. Louis. I know the state of St. Louis. Why the heck do you think I'm leaving? Right? I get it. All these cities are nothing but cesspools, armpits. They trap you in. They lure you in with, hey, come down to the waterfront. There's a free concert. Hey, have you checked out our zoo? Listen, we've got a couple of good restaurants. You don't want to miss a sporting event. And they lure you in. And I'm located 5 to 7 minutes from all of it. Man, you could bike to the Cardinals game. You could bike to the Rams game, but they left. You could bike to see the Blues, St. Louis Blues play. You could bike anywhere downtown, nice restaurants, whatever. The only thing I would tell you is be careful out there. Remember what they'd say at Hill Street Blues? I was trying to think of this the other day, Hill Street Blues. So I'm in this city that's in the midst of a death spiral. 1950, it had 860,000 people. It's down to 318,000 people. Folks, do you understand the direction that St. Louis is going? I want you to take your finger and spin it in a circle, okay? And let the circle get smaller and smaller. That's what's happening to St. Louis. That's what's happening to Cleveland. That's what's happening to Baltimore. That's what's happening to Detroit. Every major city in this country, save a few, Chicago, New York, a couple of liberal enclaves where people have said, we're going to, we're planting our flag here. Those are the only ones growing. All the other ones are shrinking. Even leftists get sick of leftists. Trust me on this, folks. You don't see very many people on the right getting sick of us. Yeah, I'm sick of these good schools and these safe communities with these people that are really friendly. Yeah, this is awful. I'm sick of people that go to church and have morals and don't want to break into your house, that have backyard barbecues and get to know their neighbors and so on and so forth. I'm sick of all of that. Said no conservative ever? Oh, we're so square, right? Yeah, we're so square that we're the ones getting in our boats, going out to the lake with friends, kicking back, drinking a beer, listening to the ball game, swimming with the kids, whatever, having a good time. That's how square we are. We're living life. Anyway, I got more to talk about with St. Louis because it was an interesting time back in the day.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful 4-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.